Yep.
You ready?
Yeah.
Damn, why you rubbing on my leg?
Sorry, I get energy from rubbing on your leg.
Okay. Y'all, she keep rubbing on my leg. Family, what is going on out there? We hope each and every one of you are doing well. And today, in this video,
we're going to talk to you about some things you could do to retire early or work less. Because I know y'all want to work less, because I want to work less. I don't want to work
you
right
gotta
now.
work, I gotta work, you gotta work. But anyways, let's get into the video, family.
Alright, so tip number 1 is to map out a plan for healthcare.
People really don't think about healthcare and how it really affects your day in and day out of life. So essentially right now, if you work for an employer, they pay a share of your healthcare costs and you're not completely paying the whole thing. So what you have to think about is if you're going to retire or work less, you're going to have to start paying that whole share. So an example of that is right now I pay roughly, I don't know,
$50.
$50 every paycheck, and she do the same thing for her as well too. But if we didn't pay that health insurance, if we had to pay the full share of that health insurance, the cost would be roughly like $700 a month. Yikes! Now that's a lot of money.
As opposed to $100 a month that we're paying now.
Right. So if you want to think about that, that's pretty expensive. So what we did, we checked with our employer on what all of our options as far as what we could do as far as working less and retire. And also what we did is we went to Healthcare.gov, essentially figure out the pricing and everything as far as that go. Now some price packages we just glanced at without looking into detail. They were $500 a month. So still you got to think when you're working less or when you're retiring, you're going to be bringing in less income. So you're not going to have, let's say you're making $6,000 a month now. Your average Joe, your average person, they're not going to be bringing in that same amount of income when they retire. Now, if you're somebody that's wealthy, that has things more figured out and more income coming in, yes, that's a different story. But what we're trying to do is just help the everyday people, just the stuff that we look at.
Especially if you have like ongoing health issues, like if you have to continually go back to the doctor to get checkups or examinations, like you got to factor that in there too, because some of the plans that might be on the Healthcare.gov website might not include that. So you might have to go for a plan that might be more expensive. So you just want to make sure you're factoring that into your retirement plan or your work less plan, because that could take a big chunk out of your monthly expenses.
And in that healthcare plan as well too, what we practice is anything that's related to healthcare. So you need to take care of your mind, take care of your body. You need to do all the measures that you need to take right now in order to stay on track. And when you retire, when you work less, that's the main thing you want to do is take care of your body. No. Don't be the unhealthy guy.
Don't wait till later.
No, because you will pay for it.
Put that donut down right now. I see you.
Well, a little donut is fine now.
You have a little
bit. Get crazy.
Just a little bite, but yeah.
You shouldn't be eating donuts and all this pretzels and all this stuff every day. Just be active.
In moderation.
Right, and live a healthy lifestyle. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tip number 2 is to remove debt. Start removing debt right now.
Yeah, so any major debt that you have, whether that's car loans, mortgages, student loans, anything that takes a big portion of your check, credit cards, anything. What you want to do is you want to try to remove all major debt. You don't want to be left with any major debt, because once again, you have to think, if you're going to have less income inside of retirement and working less,
how are you going to pay that?
Right. That's going to be taking the majority of your check. So let's say you're living off $2,000 a month, whatever your income is. That's going to take a lot of your check. Outside of if you have expensive health insurance and health care that you're paying for, all this stuff start adding up and taking away from your check. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure you remove any major debt.
So map out a plan right now. What is it going to be monthly for you to pay off that debt in a matter of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you want to take.
She cute, right? Keep talking, right? What up?
So just like with my student loans, I made a video on that before. Get rid of those loans as fast as possible, because the sooner you get rid of it, the better you'll be in the long run, because then you won't have to worry about paying those monthly bills.
True.
You can save that and put it towards retirement or working less, so that you have more money when you're not working.
Talking, I agree with it. I definitely agree with it. All right, we're going to get into tip number 3.
Save your income.
You heard what
That's
she said. I agree.
important. Save it. Don't spend it on silly things. It's okay to splurge here and there. You might want to go out on a date. You might want to buy that cute shirt that you saw at the mall yesterday, or those cute shoes. That's okay. We're not saying that you can't buy anything, but just make sure you're saving enough so that when you do work less or you retire, that you have enough to live off of and pay your bills.
One of the biggest things is that essentially people have their set income, right? And when they start getting raises or they start generating more income, what they want to do is they want to spend that extra income that they
get
get.
A bigger house.
And then they start complaining about the same thing. I wanted more money, I got more money, but it's still not enough money. I just don't have enough money. So I think something that's huge is people need to be educated on their money, on their income, and how to be responsible and how to handle it, essentially.
Yes.
Because there's no reason, especially if you look at these NBA players, NFL players, a lot of people out there, what they're doing is they get all these millions of dollars and they end up broke. I don't understand how you're going broke if you had that much money. You need to figure out how to spend better and how to save more. Let's get into tip number 4. This is a huge one. This is how we live as motivational Millers.
Live a minimal lifestyle. I mean, it's just as easy as it sounds. You just get rid of all the clutter.
Right.
You don't need to have everything. You don't need to have the latest Jordans that come out. You're just creating clutter. You can't wear all that stuff and you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Also, in a minimal lifestyle, you really got to think about not just from a financial standpoint, but you really need to think about from an energy standpoint. So the stuff that you do on a day in and day out basis, you need to figure out how to reduce your energy, put your energy into more important things, and stop spreading your energy so thin, because you only have so much energy a day. So why would you say, for example, why would you spend 3 hours in the kitchen making a meal when you can make a meal that take 1 hour and that give you those extra 2 hours back? You just really got to think about how to live a minimalistic lifestyle, how to be frugal and not cheap, how to buy stuff that lasts and don't go bad instead of always trying to get cheap stuff and just constantly buying over and over.
And remember, a cluttered space is a cluttered mind.
Exactly. A lot of people I see, it is some messy people. I will
real
say that.
Messy.
In real life and on social media.
Too messy for me. Okay?
Oh man, I'm just thinking about people right now.
Just think about it. In your day-to-day life, if something is bothering you, just think 5 years from now, is this really gonna matter? Do I really need to put my energy into it?
That's
and
true,
the answer most of the time is probably not. Just live your life, live with less, and then you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're good.
So with that being said, those are just 4 tips. If you have any more tips, we'll love to hear from you in the comment section.
Yes, down
or
below.
You could let us know on our Instagram. You can follow me at Motivated by Miller. And you can follow her at
_Delorian. So our message for you is don't hate, motivate.
That's how it go.
Bye guys.
All right.